YouTube. So I'm going to have a wee go at swapping out the pickups in this Ibanez af55. Getting more vintage voiced ones. To be honest, I would probably, if you were thinking about changing the pickups of these, it might be easier just to snip the wires on the pickups. I did that on a Gretsch before. Yeah, if you're good at if it's soldering, make a decent connection. It's easier. The problem with this one is as soon as I start, I was like, because it's my pal's guitar, I was like, oh, you want to have coil splits in that, so I've got to put a different pot in anyway, so I've got to take to bits. It's not as bad as a 335, I don't think, because it's a bit thicker. Plus, it's only got, well, 4 things. You've got the volume, the tone, the 3-way switch, and the output jack to take off, and everything will have to come out through the bridge pickup cavity. Just get the output jack to take off. Obviously the fun bit's going to be putting this stuff back together again. The actual wiring's super easy, barely an inconvenience. Yeah, so I've noticed that this pickup here is there's no, right, I'll show you when I get it out. I have a tendency to put screws on top of the pickup next door just to get it, stops them falling about. But I don't think there's any springs in this particular pickup, because that's sitting. Look how high it's sitting. You know, it's like there ain't no spring there. That's fully screwed down. I have just remembered there's a thing in there. There's a wee metal foldy over clip thing that I saw. I don't know, can I do this without bashing anything? I don't know. How do you get to that? It's just that there's like a cable tidy. I need something longer and thinner than that. It looks like a wee bit of metal. I mean, fair enough. It's nice not having the. I can't get to that with my finger, can I? Okay, I can. The joys of working on hollow body guitars. That's why they're so expensive. Oh, okay. Or I could not drop the pickup inside the actual guitar. Can I get to it from this side? No, I can't. It's like a wee folded over piece of brass or something like that. It's just like a wee cable tidy. But it's not immediately apparently obvious how to actually undo it. I'm definitely able to get my finger at it to poke at it, but pinky maybe. Makes for an interesting viewing, I'm sure. I cannot honestly say that this little stupid metal thing will be getting reused when I'm putting this back together again. It's like there's some sort of tool that I don't have to get at it. That might be really thin fingers, or probably I can't. There we go. And he gets it. I was trying to fold it the other way. Right, so now I'm hoping there's enough. Cable to actually pull all this out. Oh, interesting. I wonder where the earth wire is, if there is an earth wire. I do actually have like a wee dentist mirror thing for looking inside here, these things, but there is an earth wire. I wonder what it's. Oh, I wonder if it's attached to the end pin. That would make good sense. I don't think I need to actually disconnect the earth wire though. Yeah, the earth wire can just stay connected. Oh. May seem a little bit haphazard, but done it before. Know what I'm doing. Not in this exact guitar. Oh. And the soldering iron is now heating up. And if I get the pickups on two, I can look at the mechanical side of doing it. Noting that pickup surround goes what you would think is the wrong way. So I need to remember to put this pickup in upside down. Not bad finishing in this. You see the bit when you see the bits inside the guitar that you're not really meant to see. I've also dropped a few washers inside the guitar. I need to remember to pick them out and put them back on the pots. That's going to be a swearing fest, I'll tell you that already. It's horrible trying to put pots back into these things. It's like Leo Fender with his super idea. Why don't you just put the pickups on a metal plate and then you can just fit them out easily? Wow. Aye. So pickups will just be going onto the three-way switch. So if I just hold the three-way switch somewhere I can reach, 455, I can just disconnect the pickups and then that's really it. I do have a push-pull. It's already a tone pot, so I'll just leave that tone cap on. I don't think it'll be anything. It's unlikely to be. It's even the same colour. Aye, 0.47. So I'll just get rid of that. What's that say on it? Hongu. Hong. B500. Actually, this is an A500, which I've got to use for the. So it's got to be the tone pot. Ideally, it would have been the volume pot. So you can't see that. Ideally, it would have been the volume pot because I can actually get to that relatively sort of kind of much easier. I'm basically just taking these wires out. This will be one pickup. And this is the other pickup. I don't need to take the wire off the output jack. The pickups will just go on there. I'm going to put some sort of. I don't like the noise it's making, scraping the surface of this guitar. That's remarkably free of incident so far. The pickups are no longer connected to the guitar. Just got the tone pot just runs off. Okay, the tone needs to get the air. That's relatively easy. How long have I been rabbiting on? 10 minutes. Can't make that part one yet, can I? Oh, no, next thing's next. I'll put the pickups into the new surrounds. That's bound to be absolutely riveting, isn't it? So we've got the Alnico Classic. These do have the extra wire for curl splitting. I'm sure I checked. Yes, they do. We've got the full Toe Rider. Does it say on it whether it's neck or bridge? Nickel cover, standard neck. You can tell by measuring the distance between the pole pieces. It's 50 for a neck pickup, 52 for a bridge pickup normally. So that's the PKN So I will do this to find out which is the which is the bridge and which is the neck, 'cause I wasn't paying attention. 50, most likely the neck. 50 as well. Right, so which one was... Well, that one's got springs in it, so this is the bridge, so this is the neck. Yeah, so there you go, there's my thing about the 50 2mm string pacing out the window with these pickups. These are both 50. Yes, I could be using the drill, but the problem with using the drill, because I've got the DeWalt thing, it's like you can pure rip the shreds out of things if you don't quite get it hold on right. The first guitar I ever worked on for someone else, it was like, I can't remember what it was trying to drill, and it was like everything was going great, and it was just like gunk, drill right into the top of the body. But no. Hence why it's not as much fun doing other people's guitars, because if it's your own, at least you just go, oh well, it's not, you just not ruin someone else's thing. But I think these pickups are probably quite good. These might be going in a J-Pack or something like that, because they're decent quality, high output ceramic Ibanez pickups. They're just not what's wanted in this guitar, I don't think. I'll probably write Ibanez neck on that with a Sharpie. Right. Did this come with its own fixing screws? It came with its own fixing screws. So I shall use the new fixing screws. I'm going to use the original springs though. I'm just going to peel this. I suppose I'm not. Right, so this is the neck pickup, and I said it goes on backwards, so it goes on that way. It fits in the hole. That's a good start. I would normally do a bit more of a thorough clear of these pickup rings, but this guitar's brand new, so they're not actually manky. Just when you've got the screws out and stuff like that, you can actually get at it a bit better. I'm really just prioritising just getting this started, because I'm so not looking forward to putting the pots in at the end. It's going to be such a pig. That's just kind of why I've not done this guitar yet. The actual pickup swappy bit, the wiring there, nothing. It's just that. Try to poke all the things. That's why I was like so, just try to take all the bits out. Once they're out, I've started. Therefore, I've got to finish. So I've got a live stream tonight. Looking forward to that. Need to go and get my bucky soon. Right. That was thoroughly exciting, I'm sure, for you. I'm going to keep... These wee humbucker bolts are so handy, don't lose them. I've got so many pickups that don't have. I'll just write that. I'll just stick that in there, I'll know what it is. Right, and then the bridge. Another 5 minutes, what we're at now. 13 minutes. It's got to be 20-minute parts, really, doesn't it? Good idea buying the chrome covered pickups, I think, for this guitar, just because it didn't have chrome covered pickups. It's like, so at least you know it looks, even if it sounds exactly the same, at least it looks better. The guitar's got a sort of, not relict, but oldie look to it. Kind of looks like those horrible acoustics you see hanging up in charity shops sometimes that are for some reason 150 quid, even though they're not very good. It's just that they're really old. Kind of looks like that a little bit. But being an Ibanez, it's a quality thing. Have the look of an old shitty beat up hard to play crap sounding fragile guitar, but I haven't like actually just be an Ibanez, so it's actually, it works. You can tune it up to a normal tuning. All these things. That's only going to be half screws in it. I suppose I'll do that again. I always keep these. See this spongy stuff you get in these pickup boxes. That's dead good for, like, see, a P-bass pickup when you're trying to, or body mounted screws. Or what was the guitar I was thinking of body mounting into? It was the new Ibanez RG. I was thinking of not bothering with pickup rings in it, and then just hard mounting them. But what you need to do is you put a piece of foam behind the pickup, something with a bit of compression in it, so you can adjust the height. And that's basically what that piece of foam will be used for. I might have to take this. It's not that difficult to take this back out again. I'm just wondering, the pickup seemed very high to the strings when we were using it earlier on. I think Gav might have gone in and done this himself. But I mean, I get it. It's just that the whole idea, you want to pick up as close to the strings as you can get it, so it's really loud, and it's like, yes, in a rock guitar, but I'm not sure in a guitar like this that's really what you want. But I'll put it in and see how it gets on. It might just solve the problem. The problem with it was the other way around, was the volume wasn't really that different between the neck and the bridge, even though the bridge was pure cranked up. So it's like, if you had it lower down, it would just be a much quieter pickup. But hopefully these are a bit more powerful, is not the word. Less powerful, but more easy to distort, because I quite seen this like being in a sort of, liking that tube screamery, just on the edge of distortion, clean amp but up quite loud sort of thing, super distortion-y amp overdrive thing. I feel like this should be able to do. I'm not sure they're probably alright. I don't need to unwire the whole thing to adjust this. I'll know when I've done it. I don't think that's as high as it was. That's fine. That's fine, right? So that's the pickup's done. Now I've got to swap over the other thing, the tone control. What are we at now? 17 minutes. Is this the end of part 1? Do I have a wee fag break? Do I desolder that first? Okay, I'll desolder this first. I'm just going to leave the actual tone pot on. Do I just leave that wire on as well, actually? What have we got? I don't think it's possible to use the big. I was looking there, I've got the big type pot. And that's the small type pot. Not really different, but I mean, obviously big's better. But I think that is, I'm not sure there's enough room for me to actually use the bigger pot in there, because there's a brace right beside it. Otherwise I could. It's also an af55, so it's not the right one anyway. So there you go. Gav, you're not getting a more expensive pot put in. It's not the right value. Is this just a tone? It's a green one. There's no point in leaving that on. I can just leave it right. And as you can see here, what I've got here is the output of the tone pot. This is just the signal from what will just be the volume control. In this case, it'll be the switch, but from the volume control. I've stuck that through the bottom half to earth. Of relatively simplistic stuff. I don't know where this came from. I assume it works. I'm getting better now when things don't work. Throwing them away, putting them in the bin right now. Don't accidentally just have a pot that doesn't work for some reason still in your. So I don't even need to do anything else with a coil split. So simple. Look, it's going to be a dual coil split, but all I need to do is stick the tap wire. Oh, where's my wee pokey thing? I'll just stick the tap wire from the two pickups to the two terminals in the middle there, and then that's ready to rock. That reattached itself. You can see there that the leg of the Sometimes it's easier just to cut that. Looking at it's going to be easier just to cut that. Getting cut. Where's my snaps? Right. Tone pot. A tone pot for something else. For someone who liked using the audio taper. The alpha pot. So you just, I don't like having a volume control that goes from 0 to 10. I want it to go from 7 to 10, right? So I'm basically just going to swap that out with the tone pot, which is this one here. What I don't want to do is lose that that earth from there. So I want to kind of quite quickly put that earth onto that without dropping it. Not that it would be impossible to fish it out, I just can't bother doing it. Oh, I dropped it inside. I knew I was going to drop it inside, it's alright. Right, that's that pot away. I can see it. Right, hot. Right, so now I want to put this wire, basically so I don't lose it, onto that nice earth point right there. Do it from that side and make it away a wee bit. Right, so that's that done. Now I need to, this has already got an earth, so all I need to do is put that earth, which is coming from the and that just goes to the input of the pot. I don't know how zoomed in I am. This, I can see it actually. Probably could zoom in a bit more. I need to put more solder on the end of that wire. Like that. Right, that's not quite ready to go yet because I've still got to put the pickups back on, and I'm about 23 minutes. That's perfect time for ending of part 1. Yeah, so that was part 1. I've now replaced the tone pot, so it's basically exactly the way it was. All I need to do is stick the 2 pickups back on again, but I'm obviously the tone pot needs to take the split wires coming off the pickups, which in these particular ones look like they're going to be, I'm going to say that green is probably earth, doesn't really matter. Red is positive, and the black and white ones are the tap wires. So the tap wires have to go to these terminals here, which will get earthed out when you pull the pot up, making it a single coil. So, see you for part 2.